EM demands I give up my plane seat because her child deserves window view. I was recently flying back home after a business trip. I had managed to snag an aisle seat when booking, which is always my preference as I tend to get up and move around a lot during long flights. Boarding was fairly standard, and eventually a woman with a young child, maybe around 5 or 6, came to the row next to me. She was in the window seat, and her child was in the middle seat. Everything seemed normal until we were just about to take off. The woman leaned over to me, a strange smile plastered on her face. She started by saying how lovely it was that I had an aisle seat, and then immediately pivoted to saying her son, little Timmy, really wanted to see out the window. Before I could even register what she was implying, she asked if I would mind swapping seats with her so Timmy could have the window view. Now, I'm generally a pretty accommodating person, but I had specifically chosen and paid for this aisle seat. Plus, she was already in the window seat. It was her child in the middle seat, so I politely explained that I preferred the aisle and wouldn't be switching. I thought that would be the end of it. Oh boy, was I wrong. Her smile vanished, replaced by a scowl that could curdle milk. She huffed and said, well, it's just not fair. He's never flown before, and he's been looking forward to seeing the clouds. You're a grown adult. You don't need to look out the window. He deserves it more. I was honestly taken aback. Deserves? We are on a packed flight. Everyone deserves the seat they booked. I reiterated that I wasn't going to switch. She then escalated, raising her voice slightly, but thankfully not screaming. She started going on about how inconsiderate I was, how I was ruining her son's first flight experience, and how selfish I was being. People around us were starting to stare. I just kept my gaze forward, politely but firmly repeating that I was keeping my seat. Finally, she tried the guilt trip. Are you really gonna make a little boy cry? Is that the kind of person you are? At this point, I was just done. I said, ma'am, with all due respect, you are already in a window seat. Perhaps you should have considered your son's window view when you booked your seats. I then put on my headphones and ignored her. She continued to grumble for a few minutes, but eventually seemed to give up. Throughout the flight, I could hear her occasionally whispering to her son about how mean and selfish some people are. Honestly, it was just ridiculous. It's a plane seat, not a life or death situation, and the entitlement to just demand someone else give up their seat for her child was just astounding. Seriously, deserves? Entitled parents like this are flying high on delusion. Hit that subscribe button if you agree this lady needs a reality check, not a window seat. Neighbor demands I control my aggressive wind chimes. They're silent. We moved into our new house a few months ago, and overall the neighborhood is pretty quiet and friendly. We have a small backyard, and to add a bit of zen, I put up some wind chimes on our patio. They're not huge, just a gentle melodic set. The kind you barely notice unless it's a really breezy day. In fact, most days they are completely silent. About a week ago, we got a knock on the door. It was our next door neighbor, a woman in her late 40s, who introduced herself as Karen. Of course, it was a Karen. She started off pleasant enough, asking how we were settling in, but then her tone shifted. She launched into a complaint about our excessively loud wind chimes. I was a bit confused. Wind chimes? Are they bothering you, Shilovko? I asked, genuinely concerned. We try to be mindful of noise levels. She scoffed and said, bothering me? They are driving me insane. They clang and bang all day long. It's completely unbearable. I can't even enjoy my garden because of your noise pollution. She was getting visibly agitated. I was still puzzled, but they're usually silent. There hasn't been much wind lately. I even went outside with her to show her. The chimes were hanging there, perfectly still, not a single sound. The air was dead calm. I pointed this out to her. This is where the entitlement really kicked in. She actually rolled her eyes and said in this incredibly condescending tone, oh, don't try to play innocent with me. Just because they aren't making noise right now doesn't mean they aren't a constant menace. I can hear them all the time, even when there's no wind. They are probably just vibrating or something. I was speechless. Vibrating? Wind chimes need wind to make noise. I started to explain basic physics, but she cut me off. I don't care about your excuses. I'm very sensitive to noise, and your wind chimes are aggressively loud and disturbing. You need to take them down immediately. She crossed her arms and glared at me, clearly expecting me to jump to her command. I calmly explained again that the wind chimes were designed to be gentle and only make sound in the wind, and that perhaps she was mistaking another sound for them. I even suggested she might be imagining it. Big mistake. She went ballistic. Imagining it? Are you calling me crazy, Akadik? How dare you? I am a reasonable woman, and I am telling you, your wind chimes are a neighborhood nuisance, and you are being incredibly inconsiderate by keeping them up. I demand you remove them now, or I will report you to the HOA. She stormed off in a huff, muttering about unreasonable neighbors and noise pollution. I just stood there, staring at my perfectly silent wind chimes, completely dumbfounded. I checked the HOA rules later. There's absolutely nothing about wind chimes. Some people just seem to invent problems to be entitled about. EM tries to steal my service dog's vest at the park for her kids' dress up. I have a service dog, a golden retriever named Sunny, who helps me manage my anxiety and mobility issues. He's fully trained, always wears his service dog vest when we're out, and is generally very well behaved and unobtrusive. We often go to the local park for some exercise and fresh air. The other day we were at the park, and Sunny was lying calmly beside me on a bench while I was reading a book. A woman with a young son, maybe around 7 or 8, approached us. The son was pointing excitedly at Sunny. I braced myself for the usual questions about petting him. The answer is usually no when he's working. The woman smiled, which seemed friendly enough at first. Oh, he's so cute. My son Timmy just loves dogs. He's having a superhero dress-up party next week, and he really wants to dress up as a police officer with a police dog. Okay, cute kid, innocent enough. Then she continued, you know, that vest your dog is wearing would be perfect for his costume. Could we maybe borrow it for the party, just for a few hours next Saturday? We'd bring it back right after. It would really make his costume amazing. She was pointing at Sunny's clearly labeled service dog vest. I was instantly taken aback. No, I'm sorry, but this isn't a costume. It's his service dog vest. He needs to wear it when he's working. I tried to keep my tone polite but firm. She frowned. Oh, come on, just for a little while? It's just for a party. It's not like he needs it all the time, right? And Timmy would be so thrilled. You wouldn't want to disappoint a little boy, would you? She was starting to pressure me. I explained again, more clearly this time. Ma'am, this is not a costume prop. This vest signifies that he is a working service dog. He needs to wear it whenever he's in public. I can't just lend it out. I thought that would be the end of it. Nope. She doubled down. But it's just a vest. It's not like it's actually doing anything right now. He's just lying there. And Timmy is going to be so upset if he can't have it. You're being so unreasonable. Her voice was getting louder and she was starting to attract attention. Then she actually reached out and tried to unclip the vest from Sunny. I recoiled, pulling Sunny closer to me. Hey, what are you doing? Don't touch his vest, Kokyo, I said, my voice now sharper. She gasped dramatically. Oh my god, calm down. I was just gonna see how it comes off. You're acting like I'm trying to steal your dog. I just want to borrow a silly vest for a few hours. You're so selfish. You're ruining Timmy's birthday. She was now full on yelling. I stood up, Sunny automatically moving into a protected position beside me. Ma'am, leave us alone. My dog is a service animal, not a dress-up accessory. Do not touch him or his equipment again. I started to walk away, hoping to de-escalate the situation. She followed us, still ranting. Fine, be that way. You're a horrible person. You probably just want to keep it for yourself so you can show off your fancy dog. It's just a stupid vest. It's not even real police gear. She continued to yell as we walked away, thankfully eventually giving up and stomping off in the opposite direction. I was just shaking my head. The audacity to try and take a service dog's vest thinking it's just a costume prop is beyond belief. And the entitlement to think I should just hand it over for her kid's party? Some people are just unbelievable. Stealing a service dog's vest for dress up? That's not entitled, that's delusional. What's your craziest entitled parent story? Let me know and subscribe for more of this madness. Entitled Mom Throws Fit Because I Won't Give Her My Toddler's Cutest Baby Prize Ribbon. My local community fair held a cutest baby contest. Totally cheesy, I know, but my mom convinced me to enter my 18-month-old daughter, Lily. Mostly it was just for fun and to get some cute pictures. To my surprise, Lily actually won in her age group. She got a little blue ribbon that said cutest baby and a small gift basket. It was all very lighthearted and sweet. After the contest, as we were leaving, another mom approached me. She had a baby who was maybe a few months younger than Lily, and she had also entered the contest. I had seen her earlier. She seemed nice enough. She came up to me with a slightly strained smile and said, "Oh, congratulations on your win. Lily is adorable." I thanked her, and we chatted for a moment about how cute all the babies were. Then she gestured to the blue ribbon pinned to Lily's stroller. That's such a lovely ribbon. You know, my little Leo was so close to winning. Everyone said he was just the cutest baby there. He was a little fussy right before they announced the winner, so maybe that's why he didn't get it. Cute. Okay, a little bit of sour grapes, but still fairly normal mom bragging territory. Then she dropped the entitlement bomb. You know what? Leo would be absolutely thrilled to have that ribbon. He's really into shiny things right now. Would you mind terribly if we borrowed it? Just for a little while? I think it would really cheer him up after not winning. She was actually asking to borrow my daughter's prize ribbon for her baby. I blinked, completely taken aback. I'm not really comfortable with that. It's Lily's prize. We were planning to keep it. I tried to be polite, but honestly, I was just baffled by the request. Her smile vanished instantly. Oh, come on, it's just a ribbon. It's not like it's a real prize or anything, and Leo is clearly more upset about not winning than your baby is happy about winning. Babies don't even understand these things. He deserves to have it more. She was getting louder and more insistent. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Deserves it more? He didn't win. Lily did, and it's her ribbon. I'm not giving it to you. I was starting to get annoyed. She then pulled out the classic entitled mom move, the public tantrum. She started to raise her voice even further. You are so selfish. You're being so cruel to my baby. He's going to be devastated. You clearly don't even appreciate it. You probably just entered for the attention. Just give me the stupid ribbon. It's not like it means anything to you. People around us were definitely staring now. At this point, I just wanted to get away from her. I unpinned the ribbon from the stroller, but instead of handing it to her, I held it out to Lily. Here you go, sweetie. This is yours. Lily, oblivious to the drama, just grabbed the ribbon and started happily chewing on it. The entitled mom shrieked, "Are you serious? You're letting your baby chew on it instead of giving it to my son? You are a terrible person." She stormed off in a rage, leaving me standing there with my ribbon-chewing baby completely dumbfounded. Some people are just absolutely bonkers, and over a silly cutest baby ribbon, no less. The shriek when the baby chewed the ribbon. Priceless entitled parent meltdown. Subscribe now if you love these stories and tell me, what's the most ridiculous thing an entitled parent has demanded from you today? Have a good one.